I moved out due to a physical altercation where he was holding my daughter in his hands, and he physically altercated me. He did leave me with a $400 bill in my name at the other house that I paid off.
Right out of the gate, this isn't just about money. It's about why the family split. Allegations of violence, instability, and a child caught in the middle. But here's the twist. Family court today isn't here to decide who was right in that moment. It's here to answer one narrow question: who pays and how much?
All by myself. I don't see why I need to pay him radioactive child support respectfully.
We are here on the Attorney General's Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition. Present in the virtual courtroom is Mikkel Schaefer. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Also present is Assistant Attorney General Whitney Kuntz. Are you ready to proceed?
Radioactive child support, she means retroactive. And honestly, the way it's hitting her financially, it probably feels radioactive. But legally, retroactive support just means paying for past time when support wasn't formally or direct.
Ready, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Mikkel Angelica Schaefer.
And what is the full name of your child on the case?
Kamari.
Who is Kamari's father?
Stefan Maurice Bates.
And does Kamari currently live with Mr. Bates?
Yes.
And when did Kamari start living with Mr. Bates?
I say roughly around like September of last year, October.
Okay. Where were you employed in January of 2023?
Eagle Flats Village.
And how much did you earn when you worked at Eagle Flats?
14 hourly.
And how many hours did you work per week?
In January, I was working different hours.
Okay.
So between like anywhere between like 34 and 38, it really just fluctuated.
Okay. When did you stop working for Eagle Flat?
Pause. This is a UIFSA case. That stands for Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. Translation to different states are involved, and the system is designed to make sure child support orders don't fall apart across state lines. It's less drama, more enforcement.
Just a few days ago, the 9th, I believe.
Okay. And over the time from January of 2023 up until you stopped working there last week, do you know what you would average per week in terms of the number of hours you work? Okay. Do you have any other minor children besides the child on this case?
No, ma'am.
And where are you currently employed?
Nowhere.
Do you, what happened with your job with Eagle Flat?
I was asked to do something that I was not comfortable with. I refused. There were disagreements and, what's the word? Differences. And she ended up letting me go, my boss.
Okay. And are you seeking unemployment benefits?
Yes, and I'm seeking employment as well.
Okay. Do you have any interviews lined up?
No, ma'am. I have been calling the state hospital because they're about to have some spots open up. But I've really just been following up on the applications that I've put in the past couple of days over this weekend. Since I've been let go, I've put in a handful, and I will be following up with them probably tomorrow or whenever I'm off of the phone.
Sure, Jan.
Okay. I pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Schaefer.
Things tighten up. The judge is essentially saying focus, not relationship drama. Not past arguments, just three things: child support, medical support, and back pay. And this is where a lot of people stumble in court, because what feels important, ISNT, always what's legally relevant. Ever
Or
notice?
do you have any other testimony that you would like to share?
I do, yes.
Okay, what is that?
There was a statement where when I first got served the child support papers, there was an option to dispute it. And I did write it. It's about 14 pages that I handwrit. I got it turned, I went to go turn it in a day after. And I didn't realize that it was the day after that I could turn it in. So it's just basically my disputing statement from prior that I did not get to turn in.
Okay, so can you hit the high points of what you're disputing? And it needs to be narrowly focused to whether this is about you paying child support, medical support, and back support going back to January of this year. So those three subjects, what are you disputing as to why you should not have to pay any of those things?
There are a number of reasons, but he has not had a single job since we split up. I believe that he is not reporting all income in the household on his like TANF and food stamps and stuff.
Okay, and just to give you, for Texas, we only count your income, the person that doesn't have possession of the child. So their income doesn't factor into what we do to calculate support.
Well, the income that he is not providing, I believe, is the reason that they are even getting approved for these government funds, and the reason I'm having to pay these child support. So I want to dispute it, and pretty much I want 50% custody from him, because he's had times where we've had agreements, verbal agreements of when I'm supposed to have her, because my work threw me around a lot. I covered in spots for my boss. People who either quit or got fired, I would cover that spot for a while. So I was going from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. to 8 to 4 to 9 to 5 and just kind of being thrown around in there. So my days off would change. And I would let him know, like, hey, I'm kind of being thrown around. My days are going to change. And there would be a lot of times where he would make plans with like his girlfriend or something, or just girls or his friends, like on days that I was supposed to have her and there was really no reason that I couldn't still take her. He just was, I mean, like, I don't want to say keeping.
Is the emotional core of her story, leaving, rebuilding, working non-stop. But here's the hard truth about family law: effort doesn't cancel obligation. Even if one parent struggled or stepped up in other ways, the court still calculates support based on custody and income, not fairness, as we emotionally define
Her for me, but he was
okay, but you understand that again, this is only to do with current child support, medical support,
yes,
and
ma'am.
retroactive child support, and the visitation is not part of this, what we're doing today.
Yes, I understand that. But I have had a job basically since I had a job my entire pregnancy with him, for 7 months, and then he didn't have a job, and then he kept his job for maybe 4 months, and he was let go because he couldn't not be late or he couldn't not show up. And then after that, he never got a job again. And I have been working full time since 2 months after I moved out, due to a physical altercation where he was holding my daughter in his hands. And he physically altercated me. I ended up getting all my stuff, moving out the next day. I went back to my mom's house. And then I just got on my feet from there. I went and I got a full-time job at the place she was working at. There was a position open. And she didn't get me the job or anything. Like, I went and got my own job. And I had been working there ever since, until last week when me and my boss had the differences and she ended up letting me go.
What did you do at that job? What was your function?
I was a resident aide and assistant, and I was also housekeeping for a while. So a resident assistant, basically, let's see, I have a list of objectives.
Okay, but I mean, you don't have to get just big picture. Let's stay big picture. So, how are you supporting yourself right now?
I just applied for unemployment the day I got released, and I've been applying to jobs every day since I've got released. But currently, I'm not supporting myself at all because when I was making my money, I was making too much to get approved for food stamps or anything like that. The only thing that I do have is Texas Healthy Women's, and I haven't used it since I've had it.
Over the last 11 months when you were employed, did you send money to Mr. Bates to help support your child?
Yes.
How much did you send?
I wouldn't be able to recall that, but I do have money from recently. I know I've sent at least 100 in the past couple of months for because I don't have a car, so they'll bring her to me, and then I'll pay them to come pick her up. But before it was sent increments of, I know there was a time I sent $75 to him because he asked for it. But there was also times where I would offer money and he would tell me he didn't want my money, and he didn't want me to send him money even if I offered it. That's also part of the reason that I'm wanting to dispute this, because there was so many times that I have my mom witness for, and so many people. That's besides the point, but he wouldn't take my money even when I did offer it to him half of the time. And then he will come back and say that I didn't do any of this, or that I didn't try, or that I don't see my daughter even though he doesn't work, so I have to have her on my days off because I can't take her up to work. It's not an option for me. I'm about to go enroll her in daycare and see if that she can get approved for that for low income, because I just have to provide like diapers, wipes, and I think food for her, which I have all of means necessary to provide for her. I have everything here that I need for her. Everything that I do have here, I got on my own, but also me and him had a lot of stuff conjoined together for Kamari that he took with him and I never saw, like clothes, bottles, etc. Everything that I needed for her, I had to go out and buy on my own because he wouldn't even split them in half with me. I asked him, because we had clothes all the way up to 24 months, when she was only about 6 months old, that I asked him if, we could go through, he could split them with me because they were ours, and he never did. I mean, there's a list of things.
Yeah, we're getting beyond the scope again of what we're talking about. So last 11 months, current child support, current medical support, and where the child lives. That's what I'm looking at. Ms. Kuntz, do you have any further testimony?
Miss Schaefer, you mentioned a physical altercation. Do you have any concerns with your address and other identifying information being in the court order?
My address?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. It did not happen at my address.
Okay, and you don't believe that having it in there would pose a risk of any type of harm or harassment to you?
No.
Okay.
It was when I was living with him at a whole different address that neither of us live at anymore.
Okay. And I know we talked about this, but I don't think I asked you previously. Do you have access to any health or dental insurance the child could be on?
I believe I'm not quite sure if she could be put on my mom's insurance, but I think that she can. I think that it's possible, and there's like vision, dental insurance on there that I know of. I know there's dental.
But at this time, nothing available directly to you, is that correct?
I believe so. I'm really not sure.
Okay, I pass the witness.
Okay. Any other witnesses, Ms. Kuntz?
No, Your Honor, the state rests.
All right, the state is rested. That means they have no further evidence or testimony. Do you also rest, Ms. Schaefer?
Not necessarily. I really wanted to get through my statement. I definitely have more points in here.
Does it have anything to do with child support or medical support?
It has to do with the safety in the household that she is in.
Okay, so that's something that you would have to address with the other state, probably. So child support or medical support?
He did leave me with a $400 bill in my name at the other house that I paid off all by myself. He did not help me with. I did ask help. He refused. But he basically left the bill in my name whenever I moved out. And they were supposed to call and get it changed because that's how we did it the first time. I called and I got it changed to my name. They said that they were going to do it, and then months later, I went to go get my gas turned on at this new house, at my own house, when I got this house. And I could not get it turned on because he had left a $400 bill in my name that I ended up having to pay off on myself that did not get paid off until just a few months back. Sorry, I'm just trying to skim through this to see if I did try to dispute the bill. It didn't end up getting disputed how I thought that it would, and they still left the bill in my name. So I did end up having to pay it off by myself. But yeah, I was paying $1,200.
We're entering the numbers phase, the part where everything gets translated into dollars and cents. This is where the court moves from stories to formula, and once that happens, outcomes become a lot more predictable and a lot less personal.
A month, roughly, for my bills. On top of paying for her on my own. And then he still wouldn't accept any of my money that I did ask him several times. I asked him if he needed anything, if Kamara needed anything, if he needed me to send him money. He would refuse and tell me he didn't need my pity money or the physical altercation was just he was dragging me by my wrist, trying to throw me out of the house physically while he was holding Kamari in his hands. But that was when we were living together, and that was the reason I left.
So did you and Mr. Bates have an agreement about where the child would live?
Yes, because I was going to have a full-time job and he was not.
Okay. All right. Close, Ms. Kuntz?
Your Honor, the state, based on the UFSA documents and requests from the state of Oklahoma, is asking that there be a retroactive support judgment going back to January of 2023. I calculated that based on the income that Ms. Schaefer testified she had from Eagle Flat, and came out with a total of $4,098.49 prior to any credit the court may determine appropriate. And then as far as current support, if the court determines a minimum wage presumption might be appropriate under the circumstances, what we would request on that is $56 per month on medical support, $219 per month on child support. And we do ask Ms. Schaefer be responsible for the court costs in the matter. And Your Honor, I believe that sums up everything we're asking for today in this, and of course that paternity be established. I apologize, Your Honor.
I'm not sure how you get paternity to be established, Ms. Kuntz.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was just based on Ms. Schaefer's testimony that he was the father is what I was asking.
He's not under our jurisdiction, so this should be an establishment of support order since it's against the mom,
yes,
not
Your
the
Honor,
dad.
I understand.
Okay. All right. A summary of your request, Ms. Schaefer.
I'm sorry.
Can you do I'm asking you, do you want to have a statement, a final statement, a close, as Ms. Kuntz also had?
There it is, the legal bottom line. Regardless of past conflict, job loss, or who refused money before, if your child lives primarily with the other parent, you pay support, No exceptions based on emotional history, only adjustments based on ability to
I don't see why I need to pay him radioactive child support respectfully, because I did offer him money. He's brought my daughter down into my town and just not let me see her, not let me know she's here. He's kept her from me. And I have really tried with him. He verbally abuses me, which is why I don't physically text him myself. I text his mother because he cannot be a responsible adult and talk to me like an adult. He's really just put me through it with my daughter, and I believe that I do support my child, and I need to. So it's not about the current child support for me, really. It's about the radioactive child support and the fact that he just flat out refused money. I helped him out, and he refused to help me. Everything that we and him had together, he kept, didn't give me any of it, and I still went and I got everything for my daughter on my own, and I still support her on my own without help. And he's still asking for my help, and I don't mind helping him now, but just everything from January to at least like right after summer was just, I don't believe that I need to pay the radioactive child support due to many countless reasons that I can't even list right now.
Okay. All right. I do find that you do have a duty to support your child because you are the mother of the child and the child is not in your care and someone else's care. I will set current child support based on minimum wage because you're currently unemployed at this time. That doesn't mean it can't be modified in the future, but you're capable of maintaining a minimum wage job. I will set current child support at $220 per month beginning December 1st, 2023. I will order government health insurance and you to pay cash medical support of $50 per month beginning December 1st, 2023. I will give you some credit over the regarding some bills and some debt that you were left with that actually had to do with support for the child. I am ordering $2,500 in retroactive child support for the last 11 months and ordering $25 per month payout towards that judgment beginning December 1st, 2023. I'm ordering you to pay court costs 1 year from today's date. Any party can ask for a new hearing within the next 3 days by filing a trial de novo. It must be in writing. It must specify the portion of my ruling in which a new hearing is being requested, and notice must go out to all of the parties. And today, after this hearing, Ms. Coons will prepare an order, submit it to me for signature, and then a copy will go out to you, Ms. Schaefer, and which will detail all the things that I've just ruled upon. Thank you for being here. That concludes the hearing, and you are free to disconnect from the Zoom meeting.
I do have a quick question about what you said to make sure the information is correct that I wrote down. The clerk dispute, you said you could do that in 3 days. What was the first word that you said? I'm sorry.
Trial de novo.
How do you spell that? I'm so sorry.
Trial, Trial.
Okay.
DENOVO.
Okay.
That means new trial.
In the $220 and the $50 a month, you said that starts December 1st?
Yes, you'll have the whole month to pay it. As long as you get those done within those 30 days, then you will not be delinquent in your current child support obligations.
And then the $25 each, and that said that that started December 1st. What was the $25 each for?
$25 per month to pay back retroactive child support for the last 11 months.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Okay.
I think that's everything.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're
182D, which permits the court to order cash medical support in lieu of private insurance when coverage is not available at a reasonable cost. The final exchange, in which Miss Schaefer asked the court to spell trial de novo and carefully wrote down the deadlines and payment amounts, was a small but telling moment. Under Texas Family Code, Section 201.015,
ending is quieter than most, but don't miss what just happened. A young, unemployed mother now has a structured financial obligation, a legal pathway to challenge it. and a system that, while imperfect, is trying to balance fairness with consistency. So here's the question for you. Should courts consider emotional context more when deciding support, or would that make outcomes too unpredictable?